Welcome everyone. I am Sonali Seth Chawla, Assistant Professor, Management Department from Sant College of Higher Education. In the subject Business Environment, I am further continuing Fiscal Policy Part-2. Now I will explain the types of fiscal policy. There are two types of fiscal policy: discretionary fiscal policy and non-discretionary fiscal policy. Discretionary fiscal policy, when government make changes in the tax rate and the level of government spending. It is done for following measures: to cure recession and to control inflation. It is done through increase in government expenditure and reduction in taxes. Inflation control is done through raising in taxes and disposing of budget surplus. Non-discretionary fiscal policy, it is done through automatic stabilizers for increasing net taxes at the time of expansion and decreasing net taxes at the time of recession. It is done for transfer payment and in the case of personal income tax. It is done for corporate income tax and corporate dividend policy. Now, the achievements of fiscal policy in India. First is mobilization of resources. It increased more savings. It increased in more capital formation, more incentives to investments, reduction in income and wealth inequalities. It reduced the inter-regional variations. Some of the fiscal reforms done in India through government: simplification of taxation system, improving tax to GDP ratio, reduction in rates of direct taxes, reforms in indirect taxes, and most important, the introduction of GST. Further, reduction in non-planned government expenditure, reduction in subsidies, closure of sick public sector enterprises, disinvestment of some public sector units, efforts to reduce government administrative expenses, and the most important part, with the new economic policy, the government adopted liberalization, globalization, and privatization. Finally, the fiscal policy encompasses two separate but related decisions: public expenditure and the level and structure of taxes. It occupies the central place for maintaining full employment without inflationary forces in the economy. With its various instruments, it influences the economic stability of an economy. The fiscal policy of the Indian government has been very successful in several fields such as mobilization of resources, economic development, increasing rate of savings and capital formation, developing cottage and small scale industry, reducing the incidence of poverty, etc. And in the current economic system, through Prime Minister Modi, it has been emphasized more in MSME industries. That's all in the matter of fiscal policy part 2. I hope everyone will understand and appreciate the matter given.